What is up, Yu-Gi-Oh fans? I am of course the Joker, and since today is Wednesday, I'm going to be bringing you another challenge accepted deck requested profile video. Now recently I was requested to build an Earthbound Immortal deck, but with a little bit of a twist. I'm not allowed to bring out the Earthbound Immortal cards by either normal summoning them or tribute summoning, which means I can't use the field spell that makes these things easy to bring out. Instead, I have to use ways of special summoning them. Now, the person did recommend pendulums, which I thought was a really great idea at the time. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll look into this. I looked into it, and unfortunately, I could not find any pendulums that had a high enough level that were really useful and really viable for this deck and really helpful. So instead, I went on a different approach. I made my own little unique. It still special summons them out, but a different kind of way. The premise of this deck, the way it is played, is by sending them to the graveyard and then bringing them back from there. So there's a lot of discarding, there's a lot of sending to the grave, and then there is, of course, the traps that bring it out. But I'll actually explain as I go along what I'm running and how this deck works. So without further ado, here we go. I'm of course running the triple Earthbound Apu. This is one of my favorite ones. Honestly, just the look of this guy is just cool enough to run him. But his effect is also useful, so that's why I run him. The triple, I know I'm going to say it wrong, but hear me out. I'm going to call it Cesario? I don't know, I'm just going to call it something random. Let's just call it CC, because I know I'm not going to be able to say the rest. But I just like this guy. He looks really lizard-like, really messed up, but the fact of that when he's destroyed, it board wipes the entire field is really fun. So although I would be getting rid of all my cards, at that point in time it would probably only be the field spell, him, and the trap card that I brought him out with. But apart from that, you know, he's just great. He bombs the field. Then I am running the Chakyu, and the reason I'm running this is purely and simply because if I put it into defense, my opponent cannot declare battle phases, go into all that, and plus I can just burn my opponent for 1200 each turns, which is really useful. Now that is it for all the Earthbound Immortal cards. I only run the 9. That's all I really need, and it is quite helpful with that. Moving on to my spells, I'm running triple Into the Void and triple Cardinalize. You know, it gives you that nice draw, and plus at the end of the turn you're sending your cards to the grave, and if you've got a lot of Earthbound Immortal cards in your hand, that's what you want to be doing with this deck. Then I'm running triple Dark World Dealings, you know, just sending them to the grave. Soul Charge, bring one back at least. Triple Hand Destruction. Now this is mainly if I'm going first, you know, send a lot of cards to the grave, would be the Earthbound Immortals, then get the cards I want to go for my plays next turn. The Double Pot of Desires. Now, this card is just absolutely great. The fact that we now have it in a reprint, I am going to be picking up 2, if not 3 of these for myself soon, hopefully. So it's just absolutely great. You know, you get that draw, just banishing the 10 cards. It's still viable, it's still useful, and you can pretty much use it in any deck. So definitely pick it up when you can. Double Pot of Duality, because you'll be special summoning on your opponent's turn, and it just gives you that nice card that you want to go for. Double Terraforming, because you need the field spell to actually use this deck, because Earthbound Immortals don't stay on the field unless you've got a field spell. Double Field Barrier to protect your field spell card. Now the field spell I went with was Spell Wall, and the reason this is, it just gives my monsters that nice little attack boost, either an attack or defense, depends on whose turn it is, and it's really useful in my opinion. There's a lot of other spells, field spells you can use, but this is just one of the ones I thought, you know, it's quite easy, you can easily pick it up, and it's a lot of fun. Then I'm running the One Reasoning. You know, if you're versing anyone for the first time, there is no way any person would be, yeah, I'm going to call 10. So there's your first Earthbound card that you would be getting off that. Then to bring them out, I'm running the triple Call of the Haunted and triple Oasis. Now that is it for the main deck. As you can see, I don't really run an extra deck. There isn't needed one for this deck because you're only running the Earthbound Immortal cards. And with the side deck, it is of course all personal preference. If you would like to see a full detailed video on my side deck choices, I will leave a link in the description down below. But with this deck, this is just wanted to be more of a play as is kind of deck. Don't want to switch it around too much because I like how it's played. But if I was to change out 2 different cards, it would probably be Shallow Grave or Back to the Front. Just 2 different cards to bring back my monsters. Just puts them in defense. As you can see, they've got that 24 18, 25. So, it's a pretty not bad defense, but, I probably wouldn't be using it as much as I would be using Call Haunted or Oasis. Now, if you would actually like to see this deck in action, continue watching as there will be duel videos coming up. But if this is all you'd like to see, I really hope you liked it. And if you did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And if you yourself have any ideas for a crazy challenge deck, comment down below. And as soon as I hit like on your comment and accept the challenge, there is no backing out. I will do the challenge as requested. But without further ado, on with the duel portions of this video. as if my channel has accepted deck quest profile video on Earthbound Immortals that can only be brought out through special summoning. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you yourself have any ideas for a crazy challenge deck that you would like to see me tackle, comment down below, and as soon as we're clear on the rules, I like your comment and I accept your challenge, there is no backing out, I will be happy to build that deck, as I love to be challenged. But if you're just after some regular help with a normal deck profile or some tips, comment down below and I'll be also happy to help you with that, as I only joke and that is what I'm here to do. But till next time, Yu-Gi-Oh fans, that is it for the Joker.